across Syria after a Christmas tree was set on fire by gunmen in Amoaa province. The ruling Islamist faction HTS said the men responsible were foreign fighters and had been detained. Israel is urging more countries to designate the Houthi rebel group in Yemen a terrorist organisation. The Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Starr said the Houthis posed a grave threat to the world. Opposition supporters in Mozambique say they'll continue their protests after the country's top court upheld disputed election results. Many businesses in the capital are closed, roads are blocked and property has been damaged, including the offices of the governing Frelimo party. Hong Kong's government has offered rewards of more than $100,000 for the arrest of 6 pro-democracy activists living abroad. It brings to 19 the number of bounties placed on people who fled China's crackdown on rights and freedoms. A Russian cargo ship has sunk in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Spain. It's the third Russian ship to go down in 10 days, and concerns have been raised about the seaworthiness of Moscow's so-called shadow fleet. A court in Moscow has sentenced a Russian-American dual national to 15 years in jail for espionage. Gene Spector was already in jail after pleading guilty to bribing the aide of a deputy prime minister. A fresh charge of spying was brought last year. South Korea has become what the UN describes as a super-aged society, with 20% of the population now over 65. Government policies to try to encourage people to have more children have so far met with little success. That's the latest BBC News.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Christmas listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive a king. Hey, listeners, yes, let earth receive a king. It is Starr Radio UK. I'm Archie, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you're listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. And the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hey, my apologies there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. And those of you on other planets as well, I want to welcome you to the 24th day of December, the year 2024, 24 of the 2024. Yes, it is Christmas Eve, and somebody say Adam? No, Christmas Eve, all right? And we're going to be making sure it's going to be a snappy program, but hey, it's going to be loaded. So wherever you are, do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. Now you see me in my Christmas jumper, then you know that I'm in for business. So wherever you are, just stay tuned and don't touch the dial. But let me say good morning to my own producer, Mr. Francis Gaye, and a Merry Christmas to you. To my colleague and representative, Mr. Laimi Koiki, who is not able to join us because they try to tie up all the wonderful good work that they are doing there as well. Yomi, massive good morning to you. And let me say good morning also to the one and only Agbo. Yes, yeah, he's in the house. Perry, massive good morning to you. To all presenters on Starr Radio UK, I salute you all. Let me say also good morning to Bishop Adeshina and a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you all at the RBE office in Lagos, Nigeria. To all Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, to Reverend Michael Siama and the team, to Minister Isabella Elomesiama. I'm going to bring you her music, maiden single. Yes, that's going to be coming your way. Ebenezer. To Atakofi, good morning to you. The Zongo man himself, massive good morning to you. Mr. Frank Davis, good morning. Oh, wonderful tuning listeners of Starr Radio. I salute you all there. To Mr. Kojo, good morning to you, and a special good morning goes all the way to Aberdeen, where my own brother Felix is. Felix, good morning to you. To Mr. Yawin Tomefrey, massive good morning as well, and to every one of you who has tuned in this morning or who has ever tuned in to listen to us on Starr Radio UK. I salute you. But I have a special guest who is going to be joining me this morning, and it's no other person but the one and only Elizabeth Amoaa, who is an advocate. She's an advocate, women's health advocate, and she'll be joining us on the program exactly at 12:30. So make a date with her once she comes on. I'll be telling you more about her. It's quite an interesting personality, and you're going to know more. But you want to know more about what she's standing for, what she's advocating for, then make sure that your dials are logged on Starr Radio UK, and you come in to listen to her on that presentation that she's going to be making from 12 o'clock. Yes, we are going on to the festivities and everything, but if there are health issues that needs to be addressed, I want you to have a look at it or listen to it carefully, and then at the right time see your physician, the doctors, wherever you are, and seek help so that we enter 2025 with a mindset of that we have a good health, and we trust God for the rest. Right? Good. Okay. So once again, welcome to the program Starr Radio UK. The last for this weekend, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. Okay. Yes. BB Clement, I say massive good morning to you and to the family as well. All presenters on Starr Radio. KB Bossman, Vicky Newton. Good morning to you all. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's kick off. Kick off with what? Kick off with the quote for the day. So, what is the quote for the day? Today, the 24th. That's going to be an interesting one, right? You cannot always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose to trust God no matter what happens. Does it make sense? You cannot always choose what happens to you. If not, I'll be choosing good things to happen to me. However, you are able to choose to trust God no matter what happens, because He will navigate you through those treacherous times. So wherever you are, stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's move on straight to the weather front. As we know, as I did say during the course of the was it Monday? Monday was when? Yesterday, right? Oh gosh! And last week I did say that we're not going to be having any white Christmas here. But let me tell you what the weather is going to be. So if you have to be on, you have to travel or anything of the sort. But you know what? If you are listening to us and you have an inkling of what the weather in your area is going to be like, feel free, share it with us. And I promise you one thing for sure, I'm gonna be sharing with our wonderful listeners there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I've not told you who I am. Maybe some of you don't know, but I remain yours sincerely.
This is the morning show with Archie.
All right then. So let's crack on. Let's look at the weather front. For London and the southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be today. Now, we're going to be having this afternoon mostly overcast with extensive cloud and small chance of a few spots of drizzle. Now, brief brightness is still possible at times. It's going to be mild for the time of year. Now, tonight will continue to be mostly dry but overcast with extensive cloud and just the odd clear break in places mainly towards dawn. Mild with light to gentle winds. The top temperature is going to be 13 degrees, so milder. The lower is going to be 9 degrees. And Christmas Day tomorrow, let me tell you what the weather is going to be for Christmas Day tomorrow. We're going to be seeing Christmas Day looks to remain under the influence of high pressure, resulting in a generally cloudy and mild day with very little in the way of brightness. And then for Boxing Day, it will remain settled and relatively mild, cloudy throughout the day with just the odd bright spell. And then Friday will continue to see a dull but dry day with mainly cloudy skies there. Okay, so that is by way of the weather forecast. But wherever you are, don't turn the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's move on to the travels. Because this morning, interestingly, coming into the studio, there wasn't much traffic, but yesterday it was chock-a-block. Maybe this afternoon we're going to be seeing some traffic issues there. But as I said earlier on, it was nice. That was like, oh, this reminds me of the lockdown time, the COVID time, when you're driving and you come in, oh boy. It was lovely. No traffic, no nothing. Those of us who were working in the media, we enjoyed it, right? Okay. But what have I got for you? So on the underground this morning, apart from the Piccadilly line that has no service between Rayners Lane and Uxbridge due to a shortage of Piccadilly line trains while they fix a damage caused by leave 4. They are advising that you use Metropolitan line to complete your journeys there. That aside, all the others are running a good service. Now, DLR is having a park closure Saturday the 21st until Monday the 30th of December. No service between Shadwell and Bank. Okay, so be advised there. The London Overground and London Tramlink are all running a good service there, and it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, taking you straight to the major roads in London. 823 Streatham High Road, both direction at the junction of Hopton Road, road blocked due to an emergency service incident. So please, if you can avoid it, avoid that. You don't want to be stuck in that traffic there. Oh boy, it's one hell of a traffic. But hey, there are no exceptional delays on any of the other routes there as well. So come your way from Starr Radio UK. On the riverbank this morning as well, the Thames River Services has a planned closure from Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, 26th December, and New Year's Day, 1st January. There's going to be no service. That aside, all the others are running a good service. The landing cable car is also running a good service, bringing us straight to the final segment of the National Rail. And I can tell you shortly, the National Rail will be, there will be a reduction in services due to some upgrades and some work that will be done on various routes. So please check before you leave. However, Avanti West Coast and Southwestern Railway are offering special services at the moment. That aside, all the others are running a good service. But please check so you don't miss your appointment. If you're traveling on the coach, make sure you have to take the train before you get to the coach station or whatever you have to do. Please check so that you don't miss your coach, your train, or any of your appointment, your flight, or whatever you're going to be doing. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. That's where I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your comment for today, but you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Okay, let's take a quick break. We come back and I will bring you, or take you global trotting. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Hey, listeners, yes, let earth receive her King. It is Starr Radio UK. I'm Archie, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
It's Christmas! Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 14 minutes past the top of the hour. As I did say, yes, I'm going to bring you or take you on the global trotting exactly at a quarter to 12. The lines will be open for you to add your voice to the discussions. And then at 12 o'clock, we're in the first part of the program to close, where we're going to be having our own, yes, our special guest for today in the person of Elizabeth Amoaa, who will be joining us. Elizabeth Amoaa will be joining us this afternoon. You want to know more about her, she's going to be telling you, but she's an advocate, a women's health advocate, and she'll be telling you more about all that. Even as we're venturing into the Yuletide, we are not venturing, we are in the Yuletide, or we are celebrating. If you have something at the back of your mind where you think, whoa, I'm not sure about it, she's going to be throwing more light on it, so you know that, whoa, you know what, I need to do something about it. And being informed, getting the information that you need will help you make the right decision when it comes to the health, women's health, especially. Yeah. Okay. So if you are a husband, you are a brother, you are the wife. Yes, you are the sister, you are the mother, whatever it is, every one of us has a role to play. So you got to listen to the program because it's going to help you a great deal. Let me say good morning once again to Vicky Newton. Yes. Vicky, I hope you are doing very, very well, and thank you very much for everything that you do for Starr Radio UK. All right then, so now let's crack on. If you want to know more about that special time with the one and only Elizabeth Amoaa, make sure exactly at 12 o'clock your dials are still logged on, because between 12 and 1, 12 and 12:30, when we bring the program to a close, there we're going to be having Elizabeth there to throw more light or give you all the necessary information that you need Okay, when it comes to your reproductive health, the women. All right then. Okay, now let's crack on. Now, when it comes to the global threatened this morning, bandits ambush 18-seater vehicle on Ekiti Road and kidnap scores of travelers. That is quite worrying. And you talk about the fact that people want to maybe travel on or use maybe flights or aeroplanes to move from one point to the other. And you ask yourself the question, how many can afford that? If the state is not being able to provide security for people who are trying to move up and down the length and breadth of the country to go to their families, their hometowns, to go and celebrate this wonderful time. But we'll tell you more about that. Economic hardship may worsen if Tinubu tax reform bill scales through. That's what an APC senator is warning. It's quite an interesting one there. And 5 ways to avoid high electricity bills. Well, there's some tips that I'm going to be giving you from Nigeria. This time not from the UK, okay? Now, tax reform is here to stay. That's what Tinubu is saying. So whether you like it or not, the reforms are here to stay. Okay. And the CBN permits BDC to buy up to $25,000 Forex weekly from the NFEM. We'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. In other parts of Africa as well, Mozambique court confirms presidential election results. Well, they're saying that SWAPO have won. Mozambique's one is not SWAPO. Let me get the name right. I'll be telling you more about that. Francis Chapo, the winner of the disputed October presidential election, is said to have scored 65.17% percent of the vote. That's that's what the Constitutional Council has declared. But as whether the opposition are going to accept it, because there have been lots of demonstration and distractions going on there. Frelimo, yes. But we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Well, in the midst of disaster and everything, well, Santa has brought food and joy to displaced children in Democratic Republic of Congo. How is it? Well, anything helps. Any little, or every little helps. From Starr Radio UK. In Ghana, EC's recollection of results one-sided. Kwame Jantua is saying, they say, well, they've invited all the political parties to send their reps there. However, if you don't, well, they will go on with it because they have the mandate to do so. Adopt NDC's post-2016 strategy. The Kufuor endorsement of Baumia was driven by partisan interest. Jonathan Chara is saying, and then a few outreach there as well. Okay, we will audit funds invested in Galamsey fight. Dr. Obin is saying there. We'll be telling you more about that. In other stories making the rounds in Ghana as well, recollection after results declaration is nothing new, says the EC and cites precedents. Well, so is there precedents that have been from various or elections or past elections, and they say we have to do the same thing. So what is wrong with that? What do you think? Well, unless of course you know that you've done some dodgy things there, and you think that maybe it's been found out, and therefore you don't want that to be seen or done. So maybe that's what you're doing. If that's what, then fine. But if not, well, Atakofi, massive good morning to you, and Merry Christmas to you and all inhabitants of Ashaman, and especially the chief of Ashamani. I salute you all, and I wish you the best of the season. The education minister hasn't prioritized WAEC, and that's what Notsu Kotoi is saying. Well, the education minister is saying that, come December 29, the results will be released. And IFES has proposed cost-sharing models for free SHS program. Well, that means that the free SHS program had hit hard times, and they are trying to relook at it, because is the incoming president going to say, I'm going to scrap it? And he says that how many people or how many children will fall out or be out of school? So if they are not going to do so, and they're going to go on, we did talk about it initially, that it should be means tested, which we didn't hear much about. But what do you think about all that? More going to be coming your way from there. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other parts of the world as well, protests erupt in Syria over Christmas tree burning. Well. So Syria is not necessarily a Christian or a Muslim country, but the Christians are saying that, well, those of them who have erected a Christmas tree, they had some people coming in to come and burn it down. A video posted on social media showed masked gunmen setting fire to the tree on display in the main square of the Sukalabia, a Christian majority town in central Syria. And that is going to raise lots of troubles because people were saying they don't believe that the new leadership of the country are ones who will be advocating for everybody, not for their own parochial interest or, as we do say, for their own faith. So you are there, you are serving everybody in that part of the world. But what do you think about that? We're going to be telling you more about all that in a moment. So don't tag the dial at all. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, spacecraft has attempted closest ever approach to the sun. Well, whatever equipment that they're using, did they survive or did it burn? Because we know that getting closer to the sun. The other time I was watching some of my documentaries and stuff like that, and you find out that the sun was that hot that there were flares being thrown out from the sun, flares coming out of the sun. So I bet you if one falls on the earth, oh boy, I think it will be long time burnt. Now that's not thousands killed on majority by Cyclone Chido, a French prime minister has said, and as Biden commutes death row sentence, how Trump plans to expand execution. Biden is trying to commute death row sentences, but Trump is planning to expand it. He thinks that capital punishment will be a way to stop people from perpetrating evil or imitators. Let me put it that way. 12 dead in Turkey ammunition factory blast. What happened there? You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. Drug lord back in Colombia after 20 years in U.S. jail. And then Australian towns evacuated over Christmas as fire rages. Oh boy. The final one, Russian ship under U.S. sanctions sinks after engine room blast. What caused the blast? Hope that they're not going to be saying there was a sabotage or anything of the sort. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, here in the UK. Car industry consulted over 2030 petrol and diesel ban. The government says it will restore clarity for vehicle manufacturers and the changing industry. And I don't think that it is anything fair because you are looking at, they're pushing everybody, go and get yourself what. But you see, at the end of the day, what I look at when it comes to this story, so I'm going to bring you the details of it in a moment, is upon all that is happening, the issue is the big polluters. What are they doing? We have China, we have the US, we have Russia, those big polluters. What are they doing? India. What are they doing? Are they working at it? So whatever we are doing, whatever they are squeezing us so tightly, oh, we are the advocates, we are the champions of the, whatever, environmental, whatever that is going on. Whatever we are doing is just a drop in the ocean if the big polluters don't sit up and do the right thing. And then it comes to the developing countries, especially the African ones. And the question is, they tell you, don't use cut down on your fuel usage. Yes. And then they talk about the fact that, Nigeria was saying, they're going to be going electric when it comes to cars and stuff like that. And I was looking at it and I was asking myself the question, if you're not being able to provide enough electricity or stable electricity for the country, so talk less saying that we are moving or migrating onto electrical vehicles, getting away from diesel and petrol and all that stuff. But even the petrol, they're saying that they are one, or diesel, they are ones that are more environmentally friendly, especially when you use the AdBlue, right? All right then. So this is a lot more I'm going to be looking at in detail, but don't you go away. As I said, we have a special guest for today in the person of, yes, Elizabeth Amoaa, who will be joining us exactly more at 12. So make a date. She's going to be telling you about women reproductive hair. All right. So wherever you are, don't you go away. We'll take a quick, not a quick one, a musical break. And once we come back, I'll be bringing you the details of the stories making the rounds this morning. Stay tuned. Don't tag the dial. This is Ebenezer from Minister Isabella Elom Esiama. Enjoy it.
We are standing here on the miracle of today. As our eyes behold the wonders your hand has made, with a shout of praise, I lift my voice to praise.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world.
Today, as our eyes behold the wonders your hand has made, with a shout of praise, I lift my voice to say, Ebenezer, 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 that's far, that's brought us. Ebenezer, this much God's help us. Ebenezer, see what the Lord has done. Ebenezer, Ebenezer, that's far God's brought us. Ebenezer, this much God's help us. Ebenezer, see what the Lord has done.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
God, I look around and oh my eyes can see all the words you've made. Oh, so beautiful with a sound of praise. I lift my voice to say, Ebenezer, Ebenezer. God, I look around. Oh, my eyes can see all the words your hand has made. Oh, so beautiful with that sound of praise. I lift my voice to say, Ebenezer. Ooh, Ebenezer. Ebenezer, that's fine. That's your time. Ebenezer, this is my God. I was gonna help just say, the Lord, I know you feel this out.
This is Starr Radio UK.
You see, can you see? Ebenezer, this much God's done. That land is again.
The best radio show.
It's Christmas, listeners, and it's Starr Radio UK. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Okay, Ebenezer from Minister Lomesiama this morning. Coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And as I said, we're going to be having our own Elizabeth Amoaa joining us exactly at 12 o'clock. And she's going to be talking about women's reproductive health. So make a date with her once she comes on this afternoon. But wherever you are, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. And let's crack on. Let's look at what else is making the rounds this morning. The details of the stories there this morning. Okay. So we're going to be going to Nigeria to bring you those details from there. At 11:32, so I'm going to be flying like no man's business. The top of the stories: the Central Bank of Nigeria has granted bureau de change operators temporary permission to purchase up to $25,000 weekly in foreign exchange from the Nigerian foreign exchange market. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has granted bureau de change operators temporary permission to purchase up to $25,000 weekly. This move, details in a circular dated December 19, 2024, is designed to meet seasonal retail demands for forex during the holiday period. The circular was signed by T.G. Aliu on behalf of the Acting Director of Trade and Exchange Department. The arrangement will be in effect from December 19, 2024 to January 30, 2025. Under the directive, the BDCs may purchase forex from a single authorized dealer of their choice, provided they fully fund their accounts before accessing the market. The transaction will occur at the prevailing NFEM rate, and BDCs are required to adhere to maximum 1% spread when pricing forex for retail end users. All transactions conducted under the scheme must be reported to the CBN's Trade and Exchange Department. So once, I hope that they adhere to it, so that will curtail or control the usage of the forex. Okay, people not making too much profit on there. Now, the economic hardship may worsen if Tinubu's tax reform bill scales through. That's what an APC senator is saying. Mohammed Ali Ndomi, senator representing Borno State, has again rejected the proposed tax reform bill under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, warning that their implementation could worsen the already dire economic challenges faced by Nigerians. Speaking in a statement on Sunday, Ndomi, a senior member of the All Progressive Congress, criticized the timing of the reforms, urging the government to reconsider its approach. Now, these reforms may worsen the current economic hardship. I insist that the tax reform bill be withdrawn from broader consultation with critical stakeholders, including state and local government and the private sector, Ndomi said. The lawmaker argued that the Federal Inland Revenue Service should focus on expanding the tax net and improving collection efficiency rather than introducing additional taxes. So he said, yes, whatever you've introduced, whatever taxes that are there are good enough. All that we have to do is to improve on the collection efficiency, so people don't just go and somebody say I can't pay, and then they just I've not paid my tax in and then they just take some bribe, put it in their pocket, and the person pays just a little bit, and that's what is declared to government, and therefore it ends up in people's pocket. But again, you ask yourself the question, how our systems are policing itself, because you look at everything that goes on and you find out that everything that goes on, our checks and balances are not good. Our system in Africa, it's not good enough. I don't know whether because we've not digitalized everything, and therefore it's difficult. It's difficult to actually trace if somebody took some money, bought something, or the business that person is doing, whatever is declaring, is actually what. It's difficult for us to do so. But what do you think about all that? Lots more coming your way. Stay tuned and don't turn the dial. This is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. One final story from Nigeria, and then we will move away from there. Okay, I don't know how come that story has eluded me. Good, I got it. Yet to be ascertained, the number of traders en route to Ado-Ekiti at Amoaa have been reportedly kidnapped by gunmen suspected to be bandits. Now, information coming through from the Niger News learned that the assailant ambushed 18 passengers vehicles on Sunday on the outskirts of Amoaa as the bus was returning from Onitsha. Now, the representatives from the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, Ado-Ekiti Motor Terminal Branch, reported that the assailants seized the driver on Sunday, Emmanuel, along with the other passengers, and are demanding a ransom of 30 million naira for each individual. Oh gosh. Now, the informant, who requested to remain anonymous, noted that the kidnappers left behind some children on the bus, whose cries drew the attention of passersby in the early hours of Monday, leading to a report being made to the nearest police station. Additionally, it was mentioned that the two passengers managed to escape during the night prior to the police arrival to recover the vehicle. They drove the bus into the bush and dragged people inside the bush. They called the family of the driver and pleaded to speak with the driver, and after our conversation, they demanded a ransom of 30 million. They said they will call back, but they have not done so yet. So what exactly is going on there? It's all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Just bear with me. All right, my apologies there.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive a king. Hey, listeners, yes, let earth receive a king. It is Starr Radio UK. I'm Archie, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much there. As I said, don't miss that time with Elizabeth Amoaa. She is the founder of the Special Lady Awareness. She is an author and advocate for women reproductive health. And she's going to be with us this afternoon exactly at 12 o'clock. So please make a date with her. If you need notes, why not? If you have to record it, or you can go back to watch it on your YouTube or your Facebook or whatever platform that you are listening to us from. So please make sure you are on. Listen to it if you're a man, or your sisters, your wives, your mothers, your grandmothers. Good. And your girl child. All right then. It's all coming away from Star Radio UK. Let's move on. Okay, moving on straight to some of the other stories still making the rounds on the African continent. Now, the Constitutional Council have acknowledged irregularities in the election, but ruled that they did not significantly alter the results. The Mozambique Constitutional Council has declared Daniel Francisco Chapo the winner of the disputed October presidential election, securing 65.17% of the vote. The Constitutional Council proclaims as elected President of the Republic of Mozambique the citizen Daniel Francisco Chapo, announced Lucia da Luz Ribeiro the court's president. Opposition leader Venancio Mondlane, who received 24.29%, accused the ruling Frelimo party of vote rigging and has rejected the court's decision. Mondlane's supporters took to the streets of Maputo, burning tires and blocking roads. Now, protester Claudio Combe expressed anger over the government response. We are being shot at We are discussing the national situation. The population is being oppressed. We are fighting. Protests over the election have led to violent clashes with over 100 people reportedly killed in recent weeks. Madeleine has called for a nationwide shutdown starting on Friday, heightening fears of further unrest. The Constitutional Council acknowledged irregularities in the election, but ruled they did not significantly alter the result. Now, Chapo's victory ensures another term for Frelimo, Mozambique's ruling party since independence in 1975. Okay. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, moving on straight to Ghana as well to look at some of the stories making the rounds there. Dr. Kwame Jantua, a prominent member of the Convention People's Party and a legal practitioner, has criticized the Electoral Commission's recollation of parliamentary results, labeling the process as one-sided. The recollation, which took place at the EC's regional office in Accra, resulted in the declaration of results in 7 constituencies, all of which favored the New Patriotic Party. The affected constituencies were Ahafo Ano North, Techiman South, Ahafo Ano Southwest, Insawam Adrejiri, Obuasi East, Okwankwe Central, and Tema Central. The National Democratic Congress has expressed strong reservation, calling the recollation process illegal and announcing that they will not accept the results. Speaking this morning, Dr. Jantua expressed his confusion and frustration with the EC's action, questioning the motives behind the recollation process. He also slammed the EC lack of evidence to support their claims of duress, pointing out that the EC chairperson, Jane Mensah, is a lawyer and should understand the importance of evidence. He pointed out that the presence of police officers at polling stations asking what role they played in maintaining order and why the alleged duress was cited without further clarification. Dr. Jantua emphasized that the handling of the recollation process gives the impression of bias. For me, I think this thing is one-sided, and it gives a perception that the EC is imbued with the New Patriotic or in bed with a New Patriotic Party. He said, I don't understand what the EC is trying to do. Some constituencies were declared, and the next thing the Electoral Commission said there was duress. How can a political party put duress on you, the EC, to declare something that isn't right? I don't understand this. Shouldn't the EC be speaking with their officers to explain with evidence? Did she show us the video when she was doing press conference in the to the public? I didn't see any, and everything is evidence. She's a lawyer. Everything is evidence. So where is the evidence to show that there was duress? Weren't they police people at the police station? And what were they doing there? Weren't they supposed to keep order? What happened? And that is the question on the list of most people. So you can push and say anything, but where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? When it comes to the rule of law, evidence is the game. So what is it? So the ruling that has, or the declaration that has taken place, does that mean that the earlier one that was declared has been annulled? Apologies there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, the soon-to-be governing National Democratic Congress has vowed to conduct an audit into the amount of money the outgoing government has invested in the fight against illegal mining. Speaking on a program, Dr. Tony Obin said incoming administration had to investigate and obtain a fair idea about how effective government has been in curbing the age-old problem, the amount of resources that have gone into the fight because of the environmental issues. Some monies went into the rehabilitation of the land, some went into creating alternative livelihoods program. All these things, so we need to understand there is nothing wrong with trying to understand how you use state money. He said in an interview, he explained that if it was in the national interest as a financial support packages which appropriated for the efforts were essentially from Ghanaians. Well, so what do you think about that? Looks like they are coming, and somebody say they are being very judgmental there. But what do you think? Well, in reaction to the recollation of some parliamentary results by the EC, the Electoral Commission of Ghana has defended its decision to recollate results in 9 constituencies after they were initially declared, stating that such actions are not unprecedented in the country's electoral history. In a tweet, the EC provided examples from previous elections where recollation led to changes in declared outcomes, stating the importance of ensuring accuracy and fairness in election results. They have there 1998 during the district level election in Dumpuase, Kokwado electoral area in KEEA district. The commission under the leadership of Dr. Farijan overturned an earlier declaration and went to declare the right candidate as winner. And the 2004, the EC under the leadership of Dr. Farijan again recollated parliamentary results for Pru constituency and declared the right candidate as winner. In 2004, the EC under the leadership, in Tolon, and then another one in Yape, Kushegu, and another one in 2004 again, EC under the leadership of Dr. Farijan in Zabzugu. So they are saying that the recollation after the declaration of results is not new. It has happened before. The EC stated listing notable instances, but this is a case where it's not. They said that they had to declare under duress. Did the police testify to that, or can they attest to that? Well. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. However, Dr. Mane Buama has blasted the criminal and biased EC for justifying recollation decision. Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Because we are pressed with time, we have to move on now. Trump has teased a U.S. expansion into Panama, Greenland, and Canada. He said that he is not bringing any war, but this is what he thinks he has to do, right? Okay, we will tell you more about that. Okay, but in Syria, protests are broken out in Syria over the burning of a Christmas tree near the city of Hama. A video posted on social media showed masked gunmen setting fire to the tree on display in the main square of the Suqalabiya Christian majority town in central Syria. The main Islamist faction, which led this uprising that toppled President Bashar al-Assad, said the men responsible for the arson were foreign fighters and had been detained. Now, thousands of demonstrators took to the street across the country through Damascus, Suqalabiya and Hama, demanding the new Islamist rules protect religious minorities. That's the rulers protect religious minorities. Now, 2 masked fighters appeared in a video on social media setting fire to the Christmas tree the night before Christians in Syria prepared to celebrate Christmas Eve. The footage at the aftermath showed a religious figure from the governing Hayat Tahrir al-Sham rebel group assuring crowds who had gathered in the Suqalabiya that the tree will be repaired before the morning. The man then held up a cross in a show of solidarity, something Islamist conservatives will not do. So, well, when it comes to I mean, being there for everybody, being a ruler, being a leader for everybody, you got to bend some of your own beliefs there, right? Syria is free. No Syrian should leave, they said, in a reference to the foreign fighters ATC said were behind the attack. Okay, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. In other stories still making the rounds in other parts of the world, just trying to touch on the pertinent ones, and then we can take a break and then prepare the grounds for our special guest for this afternoon, Elizabeth Amoaa. Okay. Brazilian authorities have halted the construction of a factory for Chinese electric vehicles giant BYD, saying workers lived in conditions comparable to slavery. Now, more than 160 workers have been rescued in Brazil's northeastern state of Bahia, according to a statement from the Public Labor Prosecutor's Office. They were allegedly put in a degrading environment and had their passports and salaries withheld by building companies. The BYD said in a statement that it had cut ties with the firm involved and remained committed to a full compliance with Brazilian legislation. The factory was scheduled to be operational by March 2025 and was said to be BYD's first EV plant outside of Asia. Now, the workers hired by Jinjiang Construction Brazil lived in 4 facilities in Kamakari City. At one such facility, workers were made to sleep on beds without mattresses, according to prosecutors. Now, each bathroom was also shared among 31 workers, forcing them to get up extremely early in order to be ready for work. The condition found in the lodging reveal an alarming picture of precariousness and degradation, the MPT said. Now, slavery-like conditions, as defined by Brazilian law, include debt bondage and work that violates human dignity. The MPT added that the situation also constitutes forced labor, as many workers had their wages withheld and face excessive costs for terminating their contracts. Well, are we going to get more of that across board, where people who are being forced to be working that way are going to be, have a relief, or their issues being redressed? Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, I find out one from Turkey. An explosion at an ammunition and explosive factory in northwest Turkey has killed at least 12 people and injured 4 others. The blast happened at 8:25 local time in the capsule production section. The governor of the city of Balıkesir, Ismail Ustaglu, said. Interior Minister Ali Yarikala Likaya said the cause was not yet clear, but that authorities had ruled out sabotage. Now, videos from the scene showed a fireball erupt from the factory, destroying part of the building, followed by plumes of dark smoke. Now, further footage also after the aftermath showed mangled parts of steel littering the surrounding area. The explosion caused tremors throughout the Kotelili township, witness said this morning. Now, many fire crews were sent to deal with the blaze, and health and security units were dispatched to the area, officials have said. I wish God's mercy upon our deceased citizens and speedy recovery to our injured, Mr. Ustaglu said in a post on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's come to the final segment of the first part of the program this morning. Now, those of you planning to have a very nice time during these festivities, the NHS website information on drinking while breastfeeding saw the highest increase in visits at Christmas last year. Figures have shown among the most visited pages on Christmas and Boxing Day in 2023 were advice, coughs, colds, and chest infection. But some people were also wanted to know about drinking and breastfeeding, alcohol poisoning, and rabies. NHS England said. Now, paid views on burns and scalp. Okay. My guest is getting herself ready to be on. Okay. She will be on pretty soon. Okay, no. All right then. So those are some yes, bear with me. Okay, yeah. So, in terms of the health conditions, the most commonly viewed pages after COVID-19 was for the winter vomiting norovirus with 19,170 visits over the 48-hour festive period in 2023. Some 17,398 other visitors, others visited around 1 every 10 seconds were for chest infection, while pages on diarrhea and vomiting had 11,789 views. Well, you want to know more, please check and don't get yourself infected. You get enjoy your Christmas festivities though, but well, we're going to get ourselves ready to have our special guest who will be joining us in the next 3 minutes. Now, the UK motor industry is being consulted over how the phasing out of new petrol and diesel cars by 2030 will work. The government has announced the ban on sales of these vehicles have been extended to 2035 under the previous Conservative government, but Labour said it will restore the 2030 deadline in its election manifesto. Now, Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander is now seeking views from automotive and charging experts to restore clarity on how to deliver the ban. Now, car industry leaders have warned drivers were not switching to electric vehicles at the rate needed to meet the deadline due to the cost of buying the cars privately and charging point infrastructure. Now, last month, Ford said the UK government's mandate to produce and sell more electric vehicles just doesn't work without demand. Now, Lisa Bracklin, Ford UK chair and managing director, said that the one thing that were really needed is government-backed incentives to urgent boost the uptake of electric vehicles. So if you listen to that and you ask yourself the question, are we actually prepared? And when you see developing countries, especially the African ones, who are also just following, I don't know whether I should say following blindly, because they said, oh, we all want to be moving or migrating to electric vehicles and stuff like that, and they are going on. And you take Ghana, you take Nigeria, where they don't have even stable electricity for home consumption. Talk less now, saying that we're going to be having charging points with electric. Are we able to do so? Let's stick to what we are doing. The big polluters, let them sort themselves out. Well, that's where I would say whatever I want to say. But now, we're going to take a musical break. And this time around is from the Zongo Man. Before I bring you our special guest for today, Elizabeth Amoaa. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Hey, listeners, yes, let earth receive her King. It is Starr Radio UK. I'm Archie, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Hey, Kokoti. Kokoti. Be nice to your brethren, be nice to your sister, be nice to everyone, and make the world a better place. Say hello to everyone, say hello. Smile to everyone smile. Don't smile in my
This is Starr Radio UK.
You are the bully.
This is Starr Radio UK.
It's a bombing, starving, shooting, killing, murdering innocent children.
harassing them in the neighborhood, disturbing the peace in the neighborhood.
Brother, be nice.
Why can't you be nice? Hey, and kind. Be nice to your husband. Be nice to your wife. Be nice to your colleagues. Be nice to your mates. Be nice to your friends. Be nice to your neighbors. Be nice.
This is Starr Radio, UK.
Whether black or white. Cocotte, 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 cocotte. Unite against racism. Unite against oppression. Unite against gangstercracy. Unite against misogyny. Unite against homophobia. Unite against xenophobia. Unite, hey, unite, 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 unite against hate and make the world a better place. Hey, cocotte, 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 cocotte. Children, be nice, oh children. Children, be nice to your mates. Children, be nice to your friends. Children, be nice to your parents. Say goodbye to knives. Say goodbye to guns. Say goodbye to gangs. Don't shame your family. Don't give them headaches, stress and grief. Make them proud, proud of you. So be nice, hey, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice to everyone and make the world a better place. Be nice to your children. Be nice to your employees. Be nice to strangers. Be nice to...
This is Starr Radio, UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Be nice to everyone.
The best radio show.
A better place. And make the world a better place. Yeah, 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 yeah. And make the world a better.
Well, that is a Zongo man for you. He says, be nice to everyone and make the world a better place, especially in these times where we're going to be having or celebrating this Christmas and everything there. Of course, you have to be nice to the people who are around you. What do you think about all that? It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It's exactly 4 minutes past the top of the hour. And as I did announce earlier on, we have our special guest this afternoon in the person of Elizabeth Amoaa. You want to know more about her? You got to stay tuned and continue to listen to us.
To gangs, don't shame your family. Don't give them headaches, stress and grief. Make them proud, proud of you. So be nice, hey, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice.
Why you want to know more about her? Well, she will tell you, because we Starr Radio, you can make sure that we bring you people who are made of substance, not just anybody. No, I don't do that. No.
Nice to your children.
So when they give you information, you know for sure that you can take it to the bank and you can cash it out, right?
Yes. Be nice to.
Okie dokie do.
And be nice to yourself. Be nice.
All right then, 5 minutes past the top of the hour. For the next 25 minutes, we're going to be having our own special guest for today in the person of Elizabeth Amoaa this afternoon. And let me just go straight to her and say, good afternoon to you, Elizabeth.
Good afternoon, Archie.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm well, and yourself, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you preparing for the Christmas?
Well, It's okay. I think it's a quiet one for me this year. I don't know why.
Okay, some of us like quiet ones, because at times we just need to rest. I mean, from all those things. But I know that you got a special package for us today that will make people who are enjoying the celebrations and everything, you make sure that getting to the next year, you are well prepared. Because if you have health, you have wealth. Wealth without health, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our special guest for this afternoon, Elizabeth Amoaa. Okay, I don't know what to address her, Miss or Mrs. I'm not sure, so I'll just leave that. She will be telling you more about herself. Okay, so Elizabeth, can you tell us just for the sake of our listeners who have just tuned in, a bit about yourself this afternoon? Who is Elizabeth Amoaa?
Okay, so thank you to all your listeners for tuning in today. We know it's a festive season and some of you are already in the Christmas spirit. So my name is Elizabeth Amoaa, and most people call me Speciality. And I am a reproductive health advocate, also an APA. I'm also the founder of Speciality Awareness NGO in Ghana, and also Speciality Awareness Global in the UK. And as a reproductive health advocate, for me, I believe my mission on this earth is to be the voice for women and young girls suffering from reproductive health disorders. So people that think that their voice are not being heard, or they don't have a safe environment to discuss this topic, or they cannot find the right way or get the right signposting for early medical diagnosis in relation to that reproductive health advocate. So anything to do with reproductive health advocacy, menstrual poverty, menstrual hygiene, menstrual health, yeah, that's what Elizabeth Amoaa believes in. Yeah.
Wow. Listeners, well, if I tell you that I'm bringing you somebody to talk about women's health, reproduction, health issue there, then I'll tell you that I've got the right person for you this afternoon. So you just have to just stay tuned. And we're going to be going on and then be looking at a few things there. Okay, now first of all, why did you decide you said your mission on this earth is to make sure that you become an advocate for women's reproductive health? Why have you gone on that path? Because there are other people, there are other nurses, there are other gynecologists and all staff there. Why have you decided to take that path? Are you a nurse? Are you working in the health sector?
So I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor. My day-to-day job, I am an advocate, but not particularly in reproductive health. It's more to do with mental health cases and, work with care acts. But the reason why I came out is I derived from my own story. So I find out in a very late time of my year. So after about, I'll say, over 2 decades, I found out that I was born different. So I have 2 wombs, 2 cervices, and 2 vagina canals. I also suffer from endometriosis, stage 4, so bowel endometriosis, and I've got multiple fibroids. I've had a premature baby. I have spontaneous miscarriages, and I mean, anything to reproductive health disorders, I have had quite a few of them. Even I've had ovarian cyst, but it did disappear. So with that kind of journey and all the challenges that I went through, I decided to come out and use my story as I would say the motivational tool to encourage others and to be the voice, because it's not just about having a passion, it's using the trauma and the pain, to be out there and unveil, I'll say, the curtains, that a lot of women like myself are going through behind the scenes. These topics, they're not very spoken about because of societal blacklisting, stigma, and sometimes cultural taboos and so on. So that's the reason why I came out. It was just to speak about what is not spoken about in most communities in the world.
Wow. I was just coming to that, the taboo and the fact that, it's women sit to just be quiet about it and those things that goes on in our communities, and it makes it quite scary. Somebody is even going through, normally, we know women, your monthly cycles, and somebody goes through, and some of them are going through so much pain. And if you're a man, at times I tell my wife, when I talk to her, that I say something, and then she say, have you been a woman before? I said, well, I've not been a woman before. Then she says, shush. So I have to shush them. But if somebody has been through something and out of that experience, they are trying to educate people, then it's very, very important. So listeners, wherever you are, I want you to just take this in as Elizabeth is bringing us this afternoon. Okay, so now let me just go on to some of the details of what you are looking at per se. Now, so what part of reproductive health are you talking about? You're talking about the fact that somehow can even get to miscarriages and all that. What happens? What are the telltale signs of somebody just listening, or if you're a husband or you're a brother or you are a mother and that child is going through that, you know that this is something that we need to deal with or go and see an expert about?
So it goes as fundamental as having thrush. Normal thrush, which some people call it white, even though I was in our Ghanaian society. And recurrent thrush is not normal. Okay. Having cold, recurrent one is not normal. Having vaginal infection or UTI, or the urinary tract, those infections are not normal. And as you grow, obviously having heavy menstrual bleeding, late menstrual periods, irregular menstrual periods, these are mostly, I would say, common signs of any of the reproductive health. It could be fibroids, it could be PCOS, it could be endometriosis as well. And as we grow, obviously, when a young girl, get her puberty as she grows, if she have these conditions, she will start exhibiting these kind of signs. And as you said, unfortunately, we tend to ignore the signs, thinking it's normal, it will go. Or even if someone said they've got heavy periods or irregular periods or heavy, like painful menstrual periods, we all normally think, taking painkillers will ease the pain, but not all the time. There are women who take, the strongest painkillers, and they would still exhibit, very painful menstrual periods. So yes, these are some of the signs that I've said. When we ignore, obviously, it gets worse and worse, and then the more we ignore, the late diagnosis that these women will have. Like my case, I was a late one, in terms of my reproductive health disorders. Although the fibroids was diagnosed in 2008, but in terms of the 2 wombs, 2 cervices, 2 vaginal canals, the endometriosis, adhesions, and even for them to realize that I do actually have a lot of spontaneous miscarriages, they were diagnosed, at very later age, not until I would say 8-9 years ago. So these are the things. And in terms of reproductive health disorders, no one can say, maybe these symptoms then means you have that. They kind of seem similar. And also someone can even have stage 4 endometriosis and may not, show any signs. And someone can have a stage 1 and show signs. So it all depends on, the person, any person they're being. And it's something I'm sure because of the scientists are doing more research on it, we will have a reason why it is like that. Even having 2 wombs, 2 cervices, vaginal canal, which is uterus the opposites. There are women with 2 wombs and 1 cervix and 1 canal. There are women with 2 wombs, 2 cervices and 2 canals. We've got some that have 2 wombs, 1 canal, 1 cervix. There are even women with that kind of condition that have only 1 kidneys, and also that doesn't have the normal sort of kidneys, not very strong kidneys, and even bladder. Some have 2 bladders and some have 1. It's all sort of malformations, and it goes as far as intersex, hermaphrodites, and so on and so forth. So for me, reproductive health is a broad, or I would say, a broad kind of topic, and this is why we need to take, a lot of attention into it, because it can affect anyone, and not only female, even male as well. And I think the more society kind of pay attention, there are a lot of the symptoms that we can minimize, and we can also find ways to live with these conditions. As you know, many of them are not curable. It's a long time, and you have to live with it for the rest of your life.
Wow, listeners, if I tell you that I'm not gobsmacked, then I'm lying, because I think that she's talking about this morning, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue about at all. So I don't know whether even just having this program only will be able to solve the whole issue. No. So we're going to be going to some good times where we're going to be finding out how some of the programs we can try to bring her on many of the times, and when she's having programs and other things. I will be talking about books, because she's not just trying to just talk to you about. She's been through something, experience, and she's put it down so that you document it, so that you can see it, and then you can see to address that. But some of you who have sent some messages through, Awoya Menubia. Number one, the first, good. He said, thank you for sharing your story once again. And Vicky Newton, she said, keep up the good work, Lady Elizabeth. Now, if you are listening to us on any of the platforms that we are broadcasting on, whether the Nigerian platforms or the Ghanaian platform, any of the platforms at all, and you want to share your experience, or you ask any questions, or how to get in touch with her, just feel free to do so, because I think that this is a voice that has to be heard wherever, even in our churches, in our mosques, in our various communities, whatever things that we do, because I said having good health is your wealth. If you have got all the monies and you are ill, brother, my sister, you're not going nowhere. Elizabeth, let's come back to you once again. Now, is it peculiar to the black community, or is it across board?
It is across board.
Okay.
The difference is, obviously, there are barriers when it comes to the black communities. They tend to have, I'll say, a later medical intervention. So many reasons, and this brings to me announcing our upcoming charity events that will be happening in Croydon Town, or with the civic mayor of Croydon. We're having an event to raise awareness on endometriosis in the black community, or I would say in the minority or community. The reason being, as I said, the barriers could be because of cultural taboos or stigma. It could also be the fact that we don't kind of speak up easily, and it could also be systematic, I would say, racism. It could be, obviously, I would say we cannot, it's around the bush. It could also be part of it. And obviously in some people perception, black people kind of endure pains more than, the white counterpart. So it's something that, yes, it's across board. When it comes to endometriosis, for example, 1 in 10 women kind of, have it, and it takes no less than 7 years. Some people over 10 years before they can diagnose it. And it has established it's not just the black community, also the white community. And then, as I said, there are more barriers in terms of our communities. So although we do kind of have the conditions, we tend not to speak about it. And when it comes to fibroids, it tends to be more prominent in the Black and Asian community. So some of the conditions, I will say, we have it more, maybe because of the food or because of the culture. I'm not sure why.
Sure. Well, now there's one thing that is very important. Now you live in this part of the world. You have we have the NHS. We are able to, you go see your GP, and so there is that constant thing. Then they can actually push things around for you. But if somebody is listening to us, they are in Ghana, they are in Nigeria, where healthcare, to come by it is a problem. It's a problem. What do you think they will do? And they will come to this part of the world if somebody has to go to see their GP. They're going through that, but they go and say, oh, come on, just get some strong pain relievers and you're okay. Just go. And then what would they do? How would they push so that they are seen to, so that this thing can be addressed?
Well, honestly speaking, I'll say point of correction. I grew up abroad. I grew up in France, in the UK. And as I said, I did not get my diagnosis to over 30 years. So it's not Africa or UK or any Western country. When it comes to reproductive health, a lot of the medical professionals tend not to listen to the plea. As I said, the reason being is because maybe some of the symptoms they think just a mere painkiller will solve it. Sometimes it's not enough. They don't have enough expertise in the field. Someone like me, I have a very complex case. Because obviously having two cervixes, 2 vaginal canals, I have endometriosis. So of course, my endometriosis will not be like a normal woman one. It's going to be severe. Having fibroids, I have multiples, and my hormones, my symptoms, everything is doubled. Example. So when people have very complex cases, it doesn't really matter what country they are. Then again, when it comes to Western countries like UK, because there are rights, for us, and there are organizations or charities that help these women. So I feel like, there is a bit of a safe environment for people to speak up, and there is awareness and the culture also kind of accept these things compared to Africa, where these kind of topics, anything to do with dependence, vagina, womb, menstruation. Some communities you can't mention these things because that's a culture thing. But then again, I feel like it's just women or young girls having these symptoms. They need to realize that they are special and they need to speak up. They need to get early medical intervention so they can get the appropriate treatment they need. As I said, there was no cure to most or all of these conditions. So even if your doctors are not listening, you need to persist. And for me, that has been the case. I persisted and persisted and persisted. Yes, I suffered countless of medical negligence. But then again, it didn't stop me. I kept asking for answers. I wanted to know. This is why when you read my book, the first one, the Unspoken Identity, I actually go through that journey. Each time I was in hospital, each time I was going, I was taking an ambulance to the hospital when I was admitted, even when I got discharged, even some of the medical professionals taking my folder, reading my folder and saying, I'm sorry, I can't touch it. I don't know, maybe my colleague is more expert in this field. So yes, I narrate that journey. I narrate that emotions, everything I went through. And I believe that if we advocate for ourselves, because we know our body and we know what we're going through. And obviously, even if a medical professional think we're making it up or it's in our head, you know yourself. So you should speak up. You should insist that you want answers. You shouldn't take no for an answer. And just a mere ultrasound, scan is not enough, especially if the symptoms still continue. You need to go as far as having a chemo, so you're having a surgery to do that investigation. So it's about being persistent and asking the right questions and being an advocate. And even if you can't speak for yourself, you need to have someone that you can trust that can even accompany you to the hospitals and, support you in terms of getting the right answers and getting the right options, to treat yourself or to have your diagnosis.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 12:22. We have our special guest, Elizabeth Amoaa, who is an advocate for, our women. Reproductive health advocate, and she's an author. We'll come to the books that she's written and we'll come to events that she's having. But let me ask you one question, because it comes to a point where even when I belong to a Christian group, a community, and when we come to church and at times I talk to the members of the congregation, especially the women, I tell them that when you are invited to come or go for breast screening and stuff like that, our people have that mindset. They say, I have to be praying, I have to, and then the more I pray and I believe that those things, but we don't go to the doctor to seek the help. And therefore, we talk about all these things, and people will say, I'm feeling that way. My pastor said we have to pray. And they put some oil, and they think that is okay. But you've been through it. So tell them, address those people who have that mindset.
Well, we are believers. We believe in God. I am a Christian myself. And then they say God help those who help themselves. So although you believe God can heal you, He can cure you, well, yes, it's possible. Myself, I am a testimony of a lot of miracles, because a lot of symptoms I was exhibiting, a lot of my diagnosis, only God knows, I'll be diagnosed with this and then the next minute the thing will just disappeared. Yes, I do believe it's God doing. However, you need to still go to the hospital. You need to have your diagnosis. You need to have your screening. You need to have your test. Because it will not just happen. When you know what is wrong with you, you can take steps yourself. So physical steps by incorporating the right, diet, which is healthy eating, incorporating a healthy lifestyle, being active, being, exercising regularly, eating certain food that is good for certain conditions. Like if you've got fibroids and endometriosis, you shouldn't eat red meat. It's better to eat fish or chicken and lots of vegetables. So, and God is not going to tell you to eat, to stop eating, let's say, red meat, or God will tell you to eat loads of greens. So I feel like, yes, we should believe in God, but we should still take these steps and get, ourselves checked, because there are some things that it's not God. It's just our daily kind of lifestyle routine, and when you incorporate these things into your lifestyle, you can reduce the symptoms. Because although I've told you all the symptoms I have, some people see me, they were like, how can you have multiple fibroids but you don't have a big tummy, your tummy is too flat? Are you lying? I said, no, it's because I don't eat red meat. It's because I exercise regularly and I don't eat dairy. And they're like, oh, okay. So it's actually the lifestyle that will help you to minimize the symptoms. Because without the right lifestyle or without the right healthy eating, honestly speaking, the symptoms is so severe, and you will continue having surgeries upon surgeries. In the past, I have had six surgeries and none of them cure me. Wow. So yes, we should believe in God, and we should also listen to medical professionals, and we should seek medical intervention.
Wow. Listen to Starr Radio UK. Now let's talk about some of the events that is coming up, because as I said, I think if you are listening to us this afternoon, I think you guys will share this with your friends, your families, your loved ones. Just share it, and then we try to find out ways and means how to get Elizabeth Amoaa to come on various platforms. What do you call it? Maybe your church community, your mosque, or whatever gatherings that you have, so that she can come on and give you knowledge, wisdom from experience. All right. Okay. So you said an event is taking place in Croydon here. Can you tell us more about that, please?
So it will be on Wednesday, 15th of January. It will be at Croydon Town Hall in collaboration with the Civic Mayor of Croydon. And at this occasion, we bring in experts in gynecology, in healthcare, and we also have lived experienced patients that will be coming. So not only me, there are other women with, also of endometriosis. Some have also PCOS and other ones, also reproductive health disorders, and they will be sharing their stories. They will be sharing their journey, and they will let us know how they got their diagnosis and how they're living with these conditions and how they're helping themselves to minimize their symptoms. Yes, it's going to be a day that is filled with a lot of emotions, because some of the journeys are unbelievable. A lot of these women have gone through so much that it's by God's grace they are alive, and also the experts in gynecology and healthcare professions. They will also be sharing their professional knowledge and their expertise in the field. And there will also be a networking event. There will be other mayors that will be coming. I think we've got the Bromley mayor coming. We've got councillors from Croydon, from East Lincoln, and quite a few from Southern. So yes, there will be loads of not just people with reproductive health disorders. There will also be professionals. There will be councillors, mayors, and which is good. The fact that they're also paying attention. And as you know now, endometriosis is a massive campaign in the UK, especially in the Parliament. So it's so amazing to see that we do have these politicians who could actually interest and want to know, how they can improve, people going through these things. And as I said, it's still taking at least 7 years for women to get diagnosis in terms of endometriosis. So this event is going to shed light on these topics and let women know that they are special, and there are ways and support that you can get when you have these conditions or you exhibiting the symptoms.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So I want to say you are speaking softly. When I'm astonished, that's what I do. I speak softly because this is my first time of knowing all of this, and it's quite interesting. Somebody is mind-boggling, but someone sent me a message on my private line asking that when someone is going through such like endometriosis, all the challenges there, how do you as a husband or as a father, how do we support the individual? How can we support them? Because emotionally that will make the people quite emotional. The things that they are going through, how do we support them? How can we, you've been through that, how can we support such people?
Yeah, it's true. Having reproductive health, especially endometriosis, is one of them. The women with those conditions do have anxiety and depression. It's obvious, because it's a condition that affects, your daily life, affects relationships, even your career and your life goals. For me, to support is being attentive, listening, listen to these women, be there for them, and also encourage them to speak up, encourage them to get the right help, support them, even if you can't physically go to the hospital with them. When they come home, just talk to them about it, how it went, what do they think, even go as far as reading, because my husband does that. Sometimes he would go and read and come and say, oh, do you know you can do this to support you, you can do this, and it will help you. And I remember when I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2, he went and did a huge research, and I realized that eating lots of green beans actually helped with diabetes type 2. I didn't know he did that research, and it was very useful. I started eating, a lot of green beans, and I am actually improving. So these are the little things you can do. Support you yourself, research, understand, ask questions, and don't judge, and let them feel that they're not alone. You are with them in that journey, because it is very, 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 very depressing. Women with reproductive health disorders, they're going through so much.
Yeah.
And the mood swings, all sorts. Like, as I said, I personally have had anxiety, depression, I have had therapy for those things. And obviously, I'm still going through it sometimes. But some days you want to shut yourself away from people, from family and friends, and your work-wise. Not every job I can do. You can imagine, even career, it's not. Some women can say, at one point, personally, I couldn't sit more than 3 hours. I have back support. I have to have the right chair. I have to get up every hour. Luckily for me, the job I do at the moment, I work mostly from home, so I can get up and just walk around, have a cup of tea, sit down. So yes, we do need a lot of support, not just the partners, even the children. It's about speaking up, and as well, the women, I encourage them to also speak up, because you need that support. You shouldn't bottle things to yourself, because you're not alone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, we know that you are advocating for, laws and policies to be changed so that people, we all come to that understanding. So you come to the work environment. How do you get your bosses to understand? Because you said, fortunately for you, you are in a job where you have the flexibility to work from home. Now, other people who don't have that flexibility, their bosses don't understand. And how do they address them? How do they talk to them for them to come to that understanding? Or they have to go to the GP for the GP to give them a certificate to say, hey, this is what this person is going through. What do they do there?
Yeah, if you have to go to the GP. I've had jobs that I had to go to the GP for them to write notes and, to change my working hours, and have given me flexibility in the past. You have to go out to the GP. You have to let your boss know, because now, especially in the UK, there are laws that if you have a long-term illness, they have to listen to you.
Yeah.
So it's about letting them know, quoting the law to employers that I'm going through and I need the support. And honestly speaking, a lot of them listen, in as much as we think they don't. But I remember at one point when I was working for Birmingham City Council, I remember very well, I was going through a lot. And I kept it to myself. I think one time I went to work, and I was just, when you say, and then you daydream in my mind or somewhere else, I don't know. So I think my supervisor at that time, he was a lawyer, he was in legal services. He spotted, and he's a man, and he pulled me on the side. We went to the quiet room, and he asked me what's going on. He's been seeing me kind of, being drifted away, and I told him that I wasn't okay. I've got this, and I opened up the bed. The next day, there were changes. He said, you know what? Even when I forget to get up, you make me sign up. Look around and come back. So there's the thing, and we sometimes assume our employees, especially the male, managers or supervisors, don't understand, but they do. They do. It's about just opening up. It doesn't mean you're vulnerable. You're just being real, because you want to do your job. You want to work. Someone like me, for instance, I can't see myself, not working, because I feel like I have a lot of skills.
Yeah.
You've done the studies, you've got degree, you've got masters, you've got so on, and not because of this condition they should define you and not being productive. So it's about being real and being yourself, and speak up. If that job don't listen, go to another job, find another job. There are companies out there that will recruit you. There are so many. You can swap career, because for me, as I said, I was in the corporate world, and now I work in advocacy. And the reward was good, but I realized that the support that I need, I may not get it. Why? Because in the advocacy work that I do, I work 70% or 80% from home, and then the 20% is when I'm on the field to go and see my clients. So there are jobs like that. There are flexible jobs like that. So sometimes it's good to navigate around. This is why it's always good to also contact charities like Specialty Awareness, Global Specialty Awareness in Ghana, and even Youth in the Reproductive UK. There are so many organizations that support even fibers. If all the conditions that we're speaking about, there are organizations that can support you and they can signpost you and help you in terms of how you can live with these conditions and also still be able to be a mother, a wife, and have some career. You may not be able to have certain careers, obviously, because some of the careers you have to get up in the morning and be in the office.
Particular time.
You not physically get up easily. You need time. So it's best to navigate around and know what works for you and what your health demands. Your health have to determine your lifestyle and your goals.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Yes, we've gone over, but we will also get Elizabeth to tell us more there, and then we will run up nicely. But let's come to the books that you've written. Can you talk about the first one? Let me put that one there. I think you can see The Special Lady. Can you tell us about that? Then we'll get the second one as well.
Okay. So this one is the second one, actually.
Oh, this is the second one. Okay. Depending on how I lined it up. Okay, just bear with me. Let me put the first one there so that we can all see that as well. So just bear with me. Let me put the second, the first one instead. Yeah. Did I get it? No. Okay. You talk about it. I'm going to line it up.
Okay, so the first one is the unspoken identity, the woman with two vaginas. So that one narrates my story from the age of 6 years old to I got my diagnosis, basically. So it was a journey discussing what was going through my mind as a young child, how I felt I was different, how I felt that, no one was listening to me. And people thought I was making up my symptoms, my pains, when I was admitted in hospitals, when I have to miss calls. It's just, being a child that there was so much going through your mind. Outside world think you have an amazing childhood because you go to the best schools, you've got the best family, and you're always smiling. But behind that smile, there was so much that this young child was going through. She kept it to herself at night, crying to sleep and praying that one day, she will have answers to all the symptoms that she was exhibiting. One of the symptoms, vaginal infections, mood swings, feeling tired, always sick, being anemic, not being very active, and not being able to do certain sports and goals. And, kind of being labeled as like a sickler. People that were very close to her thought she was a sickler. Doing all sort of medical, medical consultations, going as a young age, trying to find out if she sickle cell carrier, that she has any form of cancer, that she has HIV, all sorts, because the symptoms wasn't making sense, at most of the time. And each time, all those intervention came negative. And getting pregnant when I was diagnosed infertile, having periods during the pregnancy, giving birth to a premature child, having postnatal depression, so on, a lot. So it's that journey in discovering who I was really and actually realizing that I was born different, and being born different, it makes me special. And there are people out there like me, although I happen to be the first Black woman to come out globally on my story, and also creating an NGO out of it, and being the voice for others, and NGO visiting schools and communities, and getting recognized, getting awards all the jobs I've done. And then it goes then to the second part, which is the second book, which is The Special Lady. the special lady is actually what makes, every day of someone who is like me or who am I, being the special lady, being the voice, people looking up to me, my stories in over 150 or 160 countries, my first book in over 1,000 libraries across the globe, my book being accepted by Ghana National Curriculum for Assessment, so NACA, to be used as educational, supplementary to educational, to use as educational support, basically. And what else? Getting all these awards, as I said, countless of awards, and still having to battle my condition still, because it hasn't gone. I'm not cured. Yes, I have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes because of the endometriosis I have, obviously. But still coming out there, putting all my pains and my symptoms on the side and being a voice for others, having an NGO that at the moment has supported young girls, over 30,000 with sanitary pads, and also, educate them on menstrual hygiene, reproductive health, working with partners, becoming the president of the Rotary Club. I mean, so many, I would say, accomplishments, and also loads of challenge still. The day-to-day of someone with all these complications, what the future lies, how there is so many uncertainty in the future, the anxiety aspect. Obviously, trying to take every day as a blessing, as long as I'm alive, and still continue to be the voice and living that kind of legacy that even if I die, I know that I send my bones to wisdom, as Oprah, famous would say, and I know that, being the first Black woman to come out, besides being a Ghanaian African woman, I know that I have something, and my story will go, beyond generations to generations.
Of course.
And hopefully, my story will encourage, scientists to get answers. I mean, more research done in terms of uterine diabetes, endometriosis, fibroids, and so on and so forth, because there is not enough research done, especially when it comes to the abnormality of the womb. So this is what the second book is about.
Wow.
We made the third book.
So a third book is on its way. Now it's good because you are sharing your experience with everybody, and it's very, very important that they get to know exactly what you are talking about. But again, we talked about you and I. Yesterday, you sent me how they can get the books. But can you tell our viewers and our listeners across the globe how they can get their hands on the books that you've written so far?
Okay, so Amazon, eBay, Barnes and Nobles, Waterstones. You just have to Google the book. When you Google The Special Lady by Elizabeth Amoaa, Amoa, Amoaa, it will just come up. Countless of retailers sold the books. Waterstones, W. Smith. I mean, name them, loads of them. You can get them in UK, US, Europe, most of the places. Just Google the books, Unspoken Identity by Amoaa. You can get them everywhere. So if I have to mention the names and the loads of them, I will come up. But in terms of the Unspoken Identity, like I said, it is in libraries. You can access them, British Library, also University of Oxford Library of Cambridge. So quite that one has really done the most. So libraries. We pray. Actually, the second book, the Special Lady, came out just this July. So it's not long ago. So hopefully that one, to a year today, I know it will be, so far it's in about probably 50, 60 libraries. So far, the second one. So fingers crossed that too will go far as Unspoken Identity.
Well, you can do that. You can make the book go far. If you just go there and just download it. If you have to, if it's online, you can download it. Or if you have to go into the shops to go and get it. Knowledge is power. Okay, and I'm not talking about somebody just talking about writing something and just talking about it, but somebody who has been through it and is saying, this is how I am surviving. Now, you can pick a leaf from that book. So please make sure that you get your hands on that. Now, I did talk about, whilst we're going on, the event that is taking place on the 15th of January at the Croydon Town Hall. What are other events that you've planned? I mean, if somebody wants to maybe get in touch with you, they are listening to us, they thought, whoa, we will need her maybe in our church, in our mosque, or in our community, something to talk on this issue. Are you available for that? And how can they get in touch with you on that front?
Of course, I am available for all of them, because it's not just the event in January. There will be more. There will be at least 3 next year. There will be also online session. So I am open, or I'll say not me, my charity in the UK is open for many collaborations and partners. So they can reach out. They can reach out to us via our website, which is www.speciallady.awarenessglobal.org. They can also reach out to us on Instagram, which is at Special Lady Awareness _global. And they can also reach out via our email, which is info at speciallady.awarenessglobal.org. So they can reach out and let us know. And for me, person, they can reach out on Facebook, Elizabeth Amoaa, Instagram at Elizabeth Amoaa. Yeah, you just put my name on Facebook, Instagram, it will come up. You can always reach out to me.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having Elizabeth Amoaa with us. We'll try to, after the program later on, we'll try to arrange things and see how often we can get her on the platform, and then she'll be able to share, or educate you when it comes to reproductive health. Vicky says, enjoying the show, very informative, and I can tell you that. Listen, I do interview lots of people, and then I interview people and I thought, oh, whatever they are saying, also. But when you interview somebody and the person has had an impact on you, or you say that you received information that you never knew, you are sure. That is how I feel. That's why I said I'm Godsmacked with this information. I never knew. I never had a clue. Never had a clue. Like my wife would say, you've never been a woman before. Today, a woman has spoken to me and I've heard it. So wherever you are listening to us from, I hope that you share this broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Yeah, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's on all the various platforms that we are broadcasting on. Just share it with them and let them take a leaf from there. Let them get their hands on the books, and let them contact Elizabeth Amoaa, and she'll be of great help. And the various events that will be taking place, Starr Radio UK promises to be promoting that, so that we know before the time gets on. We'll get all the flyers and everything that needs to be done, and then we'll make sure that we give it the necessary promotion that we need, because we sit here as a community radio and we make sure that whatever we do has an impact on you. Okay, now Elizabeth, before we go, you find our word to all our lovely listeners across the globe. What do you want to tell them? Yes, before we run up.
So I want to tell the ladies going through any reproductive health disorders, the symptoms, whether you've had your diagnosis or whether you are undergoing any treatments, you have to realize that you are special, and these conditions shouldn't define you. Just see it as an opportunity to learn about your body, yourself, and also empower others, inspire others with your story. Remember, your story matters. You shouldn't keep it to yourself, and speak up, inspire, and realize that you're special. And for their partners or family members, please be supportive. Let us all help in creating a safe environment for these women or young girls to speak up, confidentially and freely, and also for them to get the right medical diagnosis or right medical treatment that they need. So speak up, support, and inspire.
Wow. Elizabeth, let me say special thank you to you, and let me say a special thank you to Councillor Vicky Newton, who actually arranged the whole thing behind the background. She was trying to pull on the string to make sure that everything happens nicely. Vicky, thank you very, very much. We'll catch up later. And Elizabeth, we'll catch up later, and we are, like I said, we'll arrange stuff and make sure that your voice is heard all over. You are doing very well, and we want you to have an impact, as you have said. So once again, let me say thank you very much.
Thank you to you too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right then. Bye-bye for now.
Amen.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, have you been, the preacher man will say, have you been blessed? I will say, yeah. I've had information that I never knew or have, and it's quite a wonderful one, intriguing. And now I'll try to see how to implement that. How do we help our women folk, those who are going through such things? We don't say, oh, as for you every day. No, you see that it's not every day. There are things they are going through some tough time. My wife says, oh, you've never been a woman before, and today I know I've never been a woman before, for real. Yeah. Okay, but whatever it is, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. This is the best package or present that I could have given you going into the Christmas. Okay, if anybody's going through any pain or anything of the sort, I pray that even as this program goes on, you get an institutional support. Please seek help. When you're invited to come in to go and see your GPs, make the appointment, go there, go and see them, talk to them, let them help, give you the help that you require. And even if it's not going to be cured, as she was saying, you go through it, but there is a way. You get a support from the community, from your own home, maybe your partners, and then it will help you on your way. So on that note, let me say thank you very much. God willing, we'll be back on Monday. Yes, so Friday, we're not going to be having a live program, but we'll be back on Monday to bring you another, the counting down to the year counting down to the year 20, or counting down to the end of the year 2024 and ushering us into the year 2025. So let me say it's been a pleasure coming your way, but I cannot go away without giving you a Christmas tune for you to enjoy. And this is from the Trinidad and Tobago Armed Forces, and they are saying Feliz Navidad, and means I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you very much for coming our way. Remember, at 1:30 we'll be having BB Clement bringing you a Christmas special on BB Means Business. Until then, have a blessed day and bye-bye for now.
And so this is Christmas. And what have you done? Another year over, and a new one's just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young.
A very Merry Christmas.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Starr Radio UK.
Without any care.
All the sweet Christmas came, come food or much
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
And so happy Christmas for black and for white, for Maria hero. They haremos de luchar. Así. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear.
And so this is Christmas, yeah. Tell me why